Hey, I'm on the beautiful island of Lanta right now, and today I want to do a visa run. Actually, I will do it tomorrow, but today I will go to Krabi and stay there for a night. And yeah, so when I entered Thailand, I got a 30-day visa on arrival, which actually isn't a visa. It's more like you can stay here 30 days, but you don't get a visa. But it's good because you can extend that to 60 days, which is much better because honestly, who wants to stay only 30 days in Thailand? It's so amazing here. So I will get my motorbike now and go to Krabi because there's the next office. I decided to do that in Krabi and not on Phuket or Bangkok or even Chiang Mai because in those cities it's much more busy, and so it will take a lot longer than doing it in Krabi. As far as I read on the internet, in Krabi it goes much faster, so of course I will go there. I think it will be a 2-hour drive now to Krabi because I have to wait for a ferry and stuff. I'm not sure when exactly the ferry goes, so I will just go there and go on the ferry. I have to see that. I think it's just driving back and forth all the time, so no need to book anything in advance. And the rest I will do with a motorbike. I actually ran it a 110cc and not 125 or even 150, so I don't know how that goes, but let's see. I'm on the ferry now. That was perfect timing because the ferry was already there when I arrived. It's actually a smart system, like there are 2 ferries and they are both driving in a circle all the time, so you don't need to wait that long. But when you're with a car, I would say that you have to wait a bit longer because sometimes there's a long waiting line for the cars, and yeah, then it can take a bit longer, but therefore you don't need to drive by yourself, so it's also an advantage. But yeah, I like motorbike because Krabi is very beautiful and also Koh Lanta, and on the way you see a lot of beautiful stuff and can enjoy it. After the ferry arrived, it started raining like crazy, and so I wasn't able to film the way to Krabi. Next morning my GoPro got stolen by a thief called Talia. Fortunately, she is one of the thieves who bring back the stolen goods. So I just did the visa, and yesterday I couldn't do much videos anymore because it was raining. I was literally driving, I think, 70 or 80 kilometers just in the rain to Krabi. It was a lot, and yeah, luckily I had my rain cover for my bag with me and my raincoat, so it was the possible. But I missed the sunglass because like when the rain comes into your eyes all the time, it's like, I don't want anymore. And yeah, I stayed overnight in Ao Nang, and it's around 25 minutes from here, from the immigration office. We just arrived here. Actually, Google wanted to send me in the wrong direction. There was a sign saying immigration office, and Google wanted me to keep going on. So, but I followed the sign later and found it directly. And this is actually the most convenient immigration that I ever had. It's of course here not so much people like in Phuket or in Chiang Mai or probably Bangkok. I've never been in Bangkok, but yeah, it's definitely more than Chiang Mai or Phuket. And here it's quite, there was like 2 people in front of me. It goes pretty fast. They didn't even had to fill out the form by myself. They did it for me. They just took my passport and everything, and they filled out everything for me. So it was very fast and easy. I think probably when there are more people, then it's not that fast anymore. Then probably you have to fill out the form by yourself. It just makes sense because it would be too much work for them. And yeah, so usually what you should bring with you is your passport. You should bring 1 to 2 images, like those passport images here. It's not like the image that you have in your passport. It has another format, so you should definitely do that here. They can do that for you, or you do that in the city at Thai visa extension shop. There are a lot. And also what you need is the address of the place you stay. That's very important. So before you go here, go to the owner of your hotel or wherever you stay and just ask for their address and write it down, bring it here, and yeah, that's all. You don't need more. The forms are here. Yeah, you can make the images here. And also the passport copies, they made it for me. They didn't even want to have money for that. So I read that they sometimes take 20 baht for it, but hey, it's not much. And in my case, they just did the copies and I was able to leave. So pretty convenient here, pretty fast. Took me around 10 minutes. So thumbs up here, great immigration office in Krabi. Now we will go back to Ao Nang, and because the weather is good right now, I hope to fly my drone a bit, and I will teach Talia here how to fly the drone. I have to see how she performs.
We are now in Krabi town and we are going back to Ao Nang. I'm gonna fly the drone.
So I'm back at the ferry now. It took me, I think, around an hour, maybe a bit more when you say from Ao Nang, but from Krabi. Like, I actually started from the airport because I brought Talia back to the airport, and from there it was a bit less than an hour. So I would say a bit more than an hour from Krabi town. And yeah, in the sun, it's much better, but wear sunscreen, of course. And I would actually say it's good to do that over 2 days, like starting in the afternoon, spending a night in Krabi, and then do it in the morning, because it's much easier, it's less stressful, and you can also see a bit of Krabi. It's pretty nice, especially if you go a bit earlier on the day. You can go to the Emerald Pool or to the hot springs there. There are a lot of nice places to see in Krabi. I will actually go again to Krabi in a few weeks just to film those places, so stay tuned for that video. But of course there are also some other ways to do that, like for example you can go there in the early morning, like start in Lanta on the sunrise, go there, and you will probably be back around noon or early afternoon, so if you want to have it a bit faster. And you mustn't do that with a motorbike, of course, if you want to spend a bit more money but also have it a bit easier then and don't need to drive by yourself. You can get a van for that. I think it's 500 or 600 baht per way, so it's not that expensive. But of course it's like double the cost when you stay there overnight, so keep that in mind. But I think for a lot of people that can actually make sense. So I'm going back now to my place. Actually I have to do some work today, so I'm happy that I finished this trip a bit earlier. And if you like this video, then hit the subscribe button now for more travel tips and also about videography and drones, how to get better shots. And I would say see you in the next video.